Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. It is another episode, and Eric, tell us what happened last time.
We reunited with Thora from early campaign, the prologue, in fact, and had a chat with her about what she's been up to and what she's doing in Stormreach, and kind of, getting caught up on what was left behind after we escaped the Black Wheel program. And then she also got us caught up on House Tarkanan, and essentially, as Joseph Campbell would say, we've been given a call to action, or call to adventure. So that's where we're at. And
so the next step is refusal, right? That's
the next step in the hero's journey. Spoiler following the proper hero's journey. I feel like the 2 years we spent in Stormreach was the refusal, and now it's...
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, that was most of it. You have a opportunity to meet with Thora again early tomorrow morning to work with her on the acquisition of a yet unknown piece of real estate that belonged to someone who has been vacant for quite a long time.
My notes from last session literally just say real estate.
But which will soon be put up for salvaged according to pirate code, which we've learned a lot about in the last couple of episodes.
Yarg.
Yeah, that's where we are. So when we stopped, you all had said you would like to talk about it. I believe Kyrus had left. Thora, I don't think, had actually left. Oh, yes, she did. Yeah, Thora paid for your drinks, yeah, and departed. So we can pick up wherever you would like to be, either still at the Trident and Net, or we can say you've transitioned back to the treehouse, or you're on your way back to the treehouse, wherever you would like to be.
Treehouse seems right to me.
Heading towards a long rest. Yeah.
Yes.
That way, as soon as we're done discussing, cool. Bedtime.
So when you reach the treehouse, there is there is actually someone there. Solarka is there at the treehouse, and seeing you all, you see some visible relief as she sees you all walking free, as she did not know where you would end up here.
Solarka, he can't tonight. We have to talk.
Well, that's all right. I just wanted to know that you were okay.
Thanks.
Also, and she pulls she unhooks a pouch from her belt. Kolos gave me your cut.
Oh.
Kolos cut you?
Oh, yeah. No.
You're a very, very literal person, Esprit.
Through context, you can't put that together, Ezra.
She passes the pouch over to Pog, and it clinks a little bit as she releases it, and it feels substantial in its weight, Pog.
A lot of rocks in there.
Nice.
Thank you. I'll meet you guys inside.
Okay.
So Larka, that was really awesome. You did a really good job.
I don't know that is exactly true, but that is very nice of you to say.
But you did like an adventure thing.
I did. Yes.
Solarka, tell your dad I won't be there tomorrow. We might have a thing going on, so just a heads up.
I will let him know.
Thank you. And Ari heads in through the door.
Bye.
Be quick, and also go in.
So once everybody has gone inside, she turns towards Pog. Are you all right?
Mostly, yeah. How are you?
I'm fine. I was not hurt. Seriously.
Okay.
I
No, no, you first.
My father will have words, but it will be all right.
Did your father know that you were going to be there today?
No.
Oh, oh.
Yes.
It's probably good that Ari won't be there tomorrow then.
Well, it is a good day to miss. My father will not. He will have other things on his mind.
Are you going to be in a lot of trouble?
It will be all right. It will be fine.
Things are going to be kind of strange for a while.
All right. You are sure you are okay?
No. I'm sure that I'm really not. But I think I will be. I'm sorry I kept things from you.
I understand why you did. It doesn't... And she sort of reaches up and touches the side of your head a little bit. This doesn't matter to me.
And Pog reaches and puts his hand on hers. Thank you. I'm not good at secreting, and I really don't
I
want
had
to.
no idea, so you did a wonderful job.
Well, thanks. But I really don't want to with you.
We can talk about it. But it sounded like not right now.
I have some of the things that could be weird to go talk about for right now.
Well, I'm glad that you are... I'm glad you were not hurt. And that you are free. Be careful.
I will.
Okay.
I'll see you as soon as I can.
All right.
Good night, Solarka. And he kisses her on the cheek.
Good night, Puck. And she squeezes your hand and then walks off when you go through the door.
Pog's upstairs.
Ari's in
so-
the kitchen. Go ahead.
Do we trust her? I'm like 50% on both sides. I couldn't get anything.
I looked at her really hard and I studied her really hard and I completely trust her.
I didn't attempt to read her in the moment, but based on the fact that she and her team either risked or actually sacrificed their lives to get us and others out of Blackwheel, buys her a lot of goodwill with me, so I trust her. If she wanted this dead, she has now had 2 opportunities to allow that to happen, by either just leaving us in Blackwheel or leaving us in the hands of the Stormlords to hand us over to the houses. So I don't know why, unless it's some huge elaborate ruse and she's just trying to fill time, I don't know why she would have any ill will at this point.
No, I mean certainly not dead, but she wants our help. Just yeah, I don't know. It's just an odd She didn't threaten us or like try to manipulate us. It's kind of just a weird thing. Maybe she's just really good at it, you know?
Maybe, or maybe
is a
she
spy.
just wants our help. Like, I mean, that is a possibility. She's seen us in action, and I mean, maybe she just wants our help. So, I mean, I'm inclined to meet with her tomorrow morning. I'm not going to try to convince you all to do it too. I'm just expressing my intention. She kind of has the promise of infrastructure, and that's something we've talked about wanting in the past. People to watch our backs and not be just an island unto ourselves. And I don't like being that way. So, yeah, that's my piece. Like I said, not going to convince anybody to do anything, but that's where I'm at.
I would very much like to convince everybody to do it.
Okay. Why? Oh. Wait, am I the only one that's having questions about this?
I mean,
What are we
but
doing?
We're going to a place.
I mean, are we going? Is it a fight?
There's the potential. Multiple people want to be there, it sounds like.
We're gonna like play King of the Hill with weapons?
You could ask the
I
Lord
am
and gain
very
tips.
good at King of the Hill.
I actually believe that.
I have never played before.
Oh, it's so much fun, Shade. See, the way it's set up is that there's like a hill, and
It's usually a hill.
Okay.
oh
It
yeah,
doesn't have
Seen
to
a
be a hill
hill.
though. It could be anything that you can have control of. But it's a hill.
Money.
Are we going to meet her in the morning?
No, hold on. We haven't finished explaining the game.
I am so tired. I inhaled so much poison. I want to go to sleep.
I think we should.
Listen, she gave us an out. She said we could walk away at any time. Like,
And we kind of owe her our lives a lot.
twice. 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. The alley.
I remember the alley very differently.
Good for you.
We shouldn't split up, and you if you don't go, that's splitting up.
It's actually a fair point.
Yes.
Ari will definitely
thinking,
die
Shade.
if I don't come.
Thanks, Pac.
Also,
Right.
yeah, her plan gives me an administrative possibility, which clearly I'm not made for field work lately. So, yeah.
That's a
All right.
really good point.
all we have to do for now is decide if we're going to go with her tomorrow. Everything else, we can see if we want to get more, but she helped us, and I think we should help her for this one thing. After that, if we want to change our minds, we can.
What is everyone's line? Because what I've learned recently is that we all have like a different line that we're towing. That we're not willing to cross. I feel like mine is probably further away than most of yours. I'm not sure. Like, what are we gearing up to do tomorrow?
Go with Thora.
Yes, after that. I mean, if it comes to fighting people who want the thing that we're there to get, are we killing people over this?
We get the thing.
I feel like it's a situation where reciprocity is important. Like, if they're trying to kill me, then I will defend myself. But if they're just trying to beat us in a foot race, then I'm not going to murder somebody over that. Well, I would like.
I
to
like
think that,
Ari's line.
But we
So-
don't. Any of us know the rules, right? It's not like first there. Or...
I don't think it's a game. I think it's like I don't know. Thora would probably have more details. So I
Poison spray it is.
Speaking of that, can you see if you can find me a line on Essence of Ether if you get a chance? I don't know your contacts and the way that stuff works, but it's a particular poison that causes people to pass out for 8 hours. Sounds convenient, so
Okay.
I've heard about it. So if you hear of a place that's attainable, let me know.
Before tomorrow, or
Just in general, like when you get a chance. Yeah,
sure, yeah,
cool.
do that.
Thanks. All right, are we good? I'm gonna go sleep or try.
I'm going to bed.
sleep. Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm gonna try to talk to the statue.
Okay.
Genuinely, just me. Can you remind me of the name of the elf in the statue, please?
Gilaire Alarinthi.
Say that again.
Gilaire
Gilaire.
Alarinthi.
Thank you.
I'll just kind of go over there and. Mr. Alarinthi, are you around? Kind of straighten the bust a little bit. So,
There's a lengthy silence.
He's asleep.
What?
Still working on the elf. We've just had some excitements come up. How are you? You're doing well? In there?
What do you want?
I wanted to talk about my mark.
Oh, now you want to talk about your mark.
Well, yes. Now I want to talk about my mark.
Fascinating.
I hope so. I think, accidentally made some bones move, like go back to being sort of person shaped and then move, and that's new.
Yes.
Yes, that's expected. I'm sorry. Are you still there? I can't.
I don't go anywhere.
Okay. Well,
I can retreat into my subconscious when I choose.
sure. Sometimes
or-
you do that.
Yes, mostly when I find you to be extraordinarily insufferable.
Okay. But
Or
you're here now. So
unbearably disrespectful. Dismissive of the knowledge of your betters, until you find it convenient to you to come and, oh, now I need him.
I just think about what this relationship could have been. Just
well, I don't know what you mean by better, but
I know more than you about
some things. About this.
apparently about you.
You don't really know what I am. You'd never heard of an orc, so like, the scales are. It's not important. Yeah, the mark.
It is important.
Well, the mark is important to me. Mm-hmm. Because I don't. dead bodies moving is like a... Can I control that? Is that possible?
You have the mark.
Huh?
Therefore, yes, you have control of the abilities of the mark.
Okay, good. That's good. What else should I be expecting? The people you knew who had this mark, what could they do?
What should you be expecting?
See, pretty much every time something new happens, it's like accidental. And that's really inconvenient in a city. where there's
Imagine
people.
that.
It's how I live every day. I don't have to, like, imagine.
Well, I could talk to you about that.
Great. I've got a few minutes.
Were I so inclined.
Are you not level? I straightened you up just a second ago. No, you're gone again? Alright, well, I'm just gonna put the cloth back over you for now, then. Wait, there you go. Night.
If you think
Oh,
for one moment to benefit in any fashion whatsoever from the millennia of information that I possess, you will reconsider your tone, and you will reconsider ever touching me with that cloth other than to carefully clean the bust in which I dwell.
I'm not really the cleaner. We don't really have a cleaner. Maybe the cat. The cat likes to clean itself anyway. Right. Okay, cloth will stay here. That's fine. Right. So, future things about the mark? Any of... No? Alright, great. Well, I can control it. That's what I know for now. I gotta go see a man about a thing. So, catch you later. Right here. Where you'll be.
If you think that's some form of leverage, remind you that I have a very, very long concept of time. I can sit here patiently until your bones turn to dust and await for a more interesting person to find me.
As long as the bus stays intact, right?
You, a terrible creature.
Yeah, heard that before.
Perhaps the common denominator in that experience is yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go out to where there's books and people, elves, and all manner of things that could be interesting to someone who could find them. And I'll be back later.
Enjoy.
I will just go. I'm not sure who I'd go to, personally, but to ask about poisons. Or can I make this?
That wasn't a tonight thing. If it's going to be an issue, like it was just Ari. Ari, you're the only person that Ari knows that could acquire poisons, so that's why he.
I know nothing about the poison that Eric is referencing, and so have absolutely no preparation because no one told me we needed to know about a poison.
I literally just looked it up. It's a poison where creature has to succeed on a DC 15 con save or become poisoned for 8 hours. The poison creature is unconscious. But there's no
probably
damage.
Something you would be capable of making.
The cost is
would
500
require enough time that you would not be allowed to sleep tonight, and so you would gain a point of exhaustion.
No, yeah.
Okay.
This is Ari asking for NyQuil. It's not a needed thing right now.
How do you remove exhaustion?
Sleep.
Okay, you do just okay. Cool.
Big mood.
Long rest?
Are we taking one?
I'm so
I
ready
mean,
to click this button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Ari,
Long rest.
it takes Ari a while, but eventually he falls asleep.
Takes Bog no time. He just goes to sleep.
Same.
Your night's sleep is uneventful. Can
Weird.
restore your hit points and spell slots and all the delightful things of a long rest. And you awaken in the morning.
Ari would attempt to wake up early enough to slip out unnoticed from the rest of the party.
All right.
Just to
I
go
was
down
going to say that
and
Pug's going to try to wake up to sharpen his blades again in preparation, but I don't think I would have left my room.
Ari's just going down to where, like, to stand outside and await Thora's arrival. He wants to talk to her. So,
Okay.
Shade is an
what's-
early riser, but I don't think she would stop or engage with Ari.
Great. The sun is very slightly up when Thora arrives because it's dawn, and that's when she said she would meet you. She does not arrive early, but she arrives at dawn.
hey, Thora, how's it going?
All right. Are the others not coming?
They are. I wanted to have a chat with you real quick before everyone else was here
I see.
and pick your brain. That phrasing is going to become funny in a moment. So you've worked with a lot of people like us in the past,
Aye.
and my mark, what it does is it allows me to affect other people's minds, and also I'm now learning manipulate things with my mind, like physical things.
Right.
And I always thought early on that, it was kind of convenient how easy I could control it. When Pog, Esri, and Shade have such a difficult time with it. And then I realized that maybe that's not the case. That I'm not controlling it. Because people have always taken a shine to me when I've encountered them, and I'm a nice person, I like to think, and I get along with a lot of people. And then it occurred to me that it might be because I'm forcing them to like me and want to be around me. And then one of my friends pointed out that he felt like I was manipulating him, and that kind of made me realize that, yeah, I might be, when I talk to people, exerting my will onto them. And I want to learn how to turn it off, I guess, when I don't want to use it. Because, I don't know, I don't want to do that to people. And I don't know if you have some tips or tricks to, I don't know. It's just, I want to know if people actually like me, and I don't know that right now. So
the first part about control, I can probably help you with a little bit. The second part about people liking you, that's not really in my area of interest.
Well, just if I notice a change after I get it under control, then that will answer some questions. But
sure, the element of control is fairly simple to explain, extremely difficult to master, but what it amounts to is you've got to be able to very, very precisely do it so that you know exactly what it feels like when you're flexing that aspect of yourself in order to be able to deliberately choose to stop doing it, and also to know when it's accidentally happening. It's like becoming extraordinarily aware of your heartbeat. If you've got an extremely powerful if what's happening is you're imposing elements of your personality on others, and you have a very strong personality, and if that's interacting with your telepathic abilities, then it's entirely possible that you would be mentally, perhaps not compelling, but influencing, nudging in subtle ways without particularly knowing it. So the way to know whether or not you're doing it by accident is to know exactly, very precisely, what it feels like when you're doing it on purpose. So it'd be a matter of intensely practicing that.
Influencing people intentionally. That's one thing I've always avoided. It's one thing I've always known I could, but I'm not that person. I don't want to do that to another person, so okay, that's helpful. I appreciate it. I'll try to figure out if maybe I can get somebody to volunteer for training. I don't know.
Yeah. It's perhaps the sort of thing we could arrange.
Okay.
Find someone with a strong enough mind that you're not likely to harm them.
Yeah.
And allow you to practice.
Okay.
It's the sort of thing that can be practiced. Like weapons practice. You just have to do it safely.
Yeah, it's a line that I never wanted to cross with my abilities. So but I understand what you're saying, that I can't know what it feels like to do it unintentionally until I know what it feels like to do it intentionally. So
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like isolating a muscle group.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we can work on it.
Okay. Thanks for that. The others should be down soon.
Pog's gonna walk out of his room and see if anybody else is awake.
Shade
Try
probably
to
is.
find where the bacon is.
No bacon this morning, buddy.
Three.
It's gonna be a bad day.
Three. Ready? Oh. Because there's no bacon?
Well, I was just being funny. It'll probably be fine.
Pog, would you have at any point opened the pouch you were given?
Probably in the morning. Definitely not at night.
Okay. There's 70 gold pieces in it.
Oh, my Lanta. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Ari's in the wrong
So
profession.
that's what, like 18 apiece?
Right now it's 70 for.
Yeah, it's 70 gold is what it is. You can talk to Loch Nitu about your cut.
Hey, some of us actually fought in that ring.
I tried.
What are you talking about? So, shades up. Is Ezri awake? Are you back inside
Yeah.
yet, Ari?
I had figured, since you all knew that she was getting there at dawn, that you all would probably come down as we were wrapping up.
Then, yes, out front. I'm there.
Yeah, you could look out a window and see Ari standing down there with Thora.
All right. So everybody else is coming downstairs?
As Esther comes down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thora's there. She's dressed differently than the night before. Maybe. It's entirely possible that the clothes she was wearing the night before were illusory due to her magic earring. But anyway, she appears to be dressed differently. She's, instead of the very formal, fancy clothing she was wearing, she's wearing much more practical clothing. She's got a sort of a long leather coat, a bandolier strung across it with various things tucked into pouches on it, solid boots and gloves, that kind of thing. And seeing you all come down. All right, so you're all coming along then.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think we're getting ourselves into today?
That's an entirely fair question. Not necessarily one I can answer precisely, especially because it came in from a slightly different direction than I expected it to. And I'll explain what I mean in a minute. And that may change what to expect. So, you've only been here for a couple of years, so you don't know all of the unusualness about the town. But you've noticed that there's bits of ruin that float over the city. Right.
Hard not
well-
to, yeah.
Right, sure. Most of them are occupied, but some of them are slightly unstable in their position. They move around the city a bit. The one we are looking to get to today is more unstable than that. It moves more substantially like that. It's only in the city about once every 4 years.
Where else does it go?
That's the
Out-
question, yeah. It's...
Out over the jungle. It usually comes back in from over the jungle. This time it came in from off the sea. So it's hard to say exactly where. It's never been open for salvage, usually when it comes in. It's pretty desirable for a salvage, but it's never been open because of the rumors about the curse and that sort of thing.
Weird.
We already
So-
covered the curse.
I don't know exactly the nature of the curse. It's just rumored to be cursed.
So possibly it's not like necessarily just other people that are the problem, but like the property itself might actually be a problem.
It could conceivably. It also might be infested with things from wherever it's been.
That,
Fair. Okay.
that seems like the best case scenario. Well, I guess the best case scenario is nothing, but
It would very much depend on what those things are. There's a lot of very odd things living out there in the jungle.
ooh, I should get some collection bottles. I'll be right back.
Alright, be quick.
run up and gather whatever
Sure.
jars he has. Dump out some like ones that didn't pan out. Just kind of.
So she leads you down out of Southwatch and into Cross, moving north across the city and toward the harbor. And as you get towards the harbor, you can see a quite substantial chunk of rock and earth hovering 40, 50 feet in the air and making its way towards the city. Off of the, it's over the harbor now, and it's continuing to move inland toward Cross. It's probably a little smaller than a football field, than an American football field. I guess I should clarify. It's probably a little bit smaller than an American football field. It's
6 man or
irregularly
11 man?
shaped. What?
6 man or 11 man?
Oh. A big one. A full-size professional.
It's like an acre. That's what we're saying.
Sure. And on it,
color?
you can see there are there's a substantial stand of like mangrove trees growing up on it. The roots kind of curve down along the edges, and then towards the other side of it, just outside of the stand of trees, there is a very large, stately manor.
Rad.
Looks nice.
So this used to belong to a wayfinder. His name was Orlando Grimalkin, and he was a bit of an eccentric, but made his fortune and collected a lot of oddities into his manor up there. Now, you're probably wondering if it's worth anything, if it's going to float away later, and the answer is probably. I have good reason to believe that if we can get inside and have some level of control, I can anchor it. I can stop it floating again.
Okay.
So, what we need to do is we need to get inside and clear the place out of anything that's dangerous. While you're at it, collect anything that's particularly valuable that's easy to carry. Just in case we have to abandon the place, there's no reason to go empty-handed.
Fair enough.
And just keep an eye out. It's pretty straightforward in that sense. Explore the place, deal with anything that's going to be particularly threatening, grab anything that's particularly valuable.
And how do we salvage it? How does it become ours? Are we playing King of the Hill?
To an extent, yes. So,
Oh, good.
We really should have finished
to
explaining
learn.
the game so she would understand.
right. The this is going to sound rather silly, but you have to remember that the vast majority of Stormreach's laws were designed on pirate ships. All right.
Yep.
So, essentially, we need to get into the building. We need to get relative control of the building so that it's safe to enter. And then we need to put up a flag on top of it.
Do you
And the
have
Stormlords
A literal
will send out.
flag?
Yes.
Did you bring one?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a flag.
All right, good.
It's not. I have a flag. It's not much of an official one, but it'll serve.
Okay.
And
That's fine. It's fine.
She pulls out. It's just a big rectangle of pale blue cloth. It's not anything particularly fancy. We put this up, and then a functionary from the Stormlords will come out, and then we can confirm our claim.
Okay.
Is it? What is the nature of our deal here? Is it our claim?
Well,
Yes. I'd like to turn it into a safe house for aberrants. Possibly a training facility for them. And I did have a conversation the other night that if we're doing this, we're going to do it my way.
Yep.
I suppose if at this point you'd like to back out and attempt to claim it for yourself, I can't stop you from making that decision.
He doesn't have a flag, though, so...
I can't fly a rock.
I'll make different decisions if you're going that
That's-
direction.
Just curious if it's. Yeah. I mean, like, could I have like a room?
I feel like those would be the sort of conversations we have when we know whether or not we can actually hold on to it, or whether it's, going to fall on top of us, or it's infested by demons, or a much stronger player than I'm expecting shows up to try and drive us off of it.
I did
Any of
not
the-
think about these things.
Option C is the one I would least like, I feel like.
Agreed. Yeah. Same
Hog
page.
pulls out Fury's Edge. How do we get up
Double
there?
teams.
Ah, right, well, I have some arrangements for that. So here's
Question.
how I'd like to say we do this. She pulls out she opens a satchel and takes out a little small box, which she opens and takes out a stone and holds it out for whoever to grab. It has a set of runes on it. That's very valuable, and it would be very bad for it to fall into the wrong hands. What you've got there is a short-range communications device.
Oh.
It'll allow you and I to talk at a distance. I'm going to get you up there, and I'm going to position myself to where I can give you a heads up of anything dangerous coming.
Okay.
And once you've got the flag up, I'm going to get in touch with Kyrus and get the person out here to meet me and not anyone else,
Good.
so that we can register our claim as quickly as possible.
Cool. Ari puts the stone in a pocket.
Right.
Well, but that's just how we tell you, not how we get up there.
Oh, right, yes. I'm going to handle that for you here in a moment. And it's now sort of moving in. And if I've calculated correctly, it ought to stop right about 50 yards on from here. So, follow me. And she takes off down a street and begins moving up along sections of ruin to get up higher and higher. And you're scrambling over bits of rigging, because remember, all the ruins are kind of draped in net ladders and that kind of thing to make the city more traversable. And following Thora, you are able to get up to a fairly high point on some ruins. And the building has slowed substantially and seems to begin to hover about 6 or 7 feet away from you and a little bit up. And now it's just a matter of scampering up those roots until you're on top.
Just a matter of that. Okay. Well, no time
I was
left.
really hoping you were going to say you had a way to fly.
Here we go.
Hold on. Wait. Ari, I think. And I'm going to reach out and poof some
Touch
spores. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the... There it is.
I have a way to manipulate my movement if that's what you're doing, that I was planning on using. So if that's what you're doing, then...
It will help.
Okay.
Probably. Maybe
Go for
not,
it.
but I'm going to cast at 3rd level Enhance Ability.
Okay.
On Ari and myself, and I'm going to give us both bull strength.
Okay. What does that do?
Advantage
you get
on
advantage on
strength checks.
strength. And
Okay.
Probably
including
doesn't matter,
athletics.
but you can also carry double, which you could before.
Hey, we're looting the place, so. Ari cast mage armor on himself.
Noted.
So how high up is the place right now?
You're going to need to climb about 10 feet
Okay.
on the roots. So it's not too bad.
Ari's going to cast jump on himself
Nice.
and jump up there.
Boing.
So it's the Jean Grey Magneto like telekinetic like, and Ari, do I need to make a check?
Nope.
Okay.
Pog on the vines, clambering up, goes, cheater.
Get on my level.
Everyone who's climbing,
Literally.
give me an athletics check. Thora, meanwhile, starts moving higher onto a different ruin slightly farther away to get into a position to keep an eye out.
20.
23.
You did not roll a 23. I did.
Yeah,
Did you really
Ezra,
roll
you're
a
an
23
11.
too? Yeah.
I rolled twice because I had advantage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry. I also rolled
will
a 23.
Check, but maybe I misunderstood. Where?
Shows me you got a 15 and an 11.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. 15 then.
15 is sufficient. It's not lightning fast climbing, but
Oh, that's true. I
You-
couldn't have gotten a 23. That's dumb.
yeah, you do it. You're able to clamber up. The roots are thick and tangled. You can tell this is many years of growth of these roots intertwining with each other. It's almost as good as a ladder. So, yeah, you all managed to mount up to the top of the actual space. So, looking from where you've climbed up onto a clear space. The mangrove stands march away towards on your left and fill it's not a forest by any means, but there's a substantial grove of fairly high trees over to the left here. The ground is clearer off to the right where the main grounds stand. You can tell that at some point this was probably a fairly nicely manicured lawn long ago, but it is now excuse me, it's now high grass, overgrown. In places, small trees have begun to push up into it's got that look to it. The building itself is in pretty good repair. It doesn't look like it's been severely damaged. Lots of broken windows, lots of damage from just disrepair, but it doesn't look like a dragon landed on it and crushed it at some point in its
anyways.
travels. The mansion is fronted by a terraced porch on the front. The big front doors are flanked by a pair of fountains on the upper terrace, and the doors stand facing you.
So that's what we have to take?
Yep.
Okay. Pog's gonna head straight towards it.
How scalable does the exterior look?
There are substantial growth of vines climbing the outside, so you think you could probably scale it. There's also a few trees that have grown close enough that you think you could climb up into one of those trees and possibly jump for the roof if you needed to.
I guess one of the conditions was we have control of the place, so I guess
Yeah, you need to be able to safely enter it.
cheating and climbing to
the-
the top isn't gonna.
Basically speaking, mechanically speaking, well, not exactly
Gotta
mechanically,
clear
but
out the dungeon.
technically speaking, what needs to be able to happen is whoever the functionary that the Stormlords send over needs to be able to walk around it and see everything without being killed by monsters.
Well, fine.
I missed
Pog's
a couple
heading to the front
things
door.
earlier. Is Thora with us?
Thora is not. She's climbed up to a vantage point where she can keep an eye out for anyone else incoming and can communicate with you over the stone. And also, once you're ready to put the flag up, she can fetch the necessary functionary and meet them quickly in order to stake the claim.
All right.
She's our eyes in the sky. Well, I guess
we're not being attacked yet by anything, right?
as far as I'm aware.
Are
Not
y'all
at the
okay
moment.
with me taking 10 minutes here to cast a spell?
Yeah, I guess the point of getting here early was to beat the crowds. So
Well,
I don't know
we've done
how
that.
far ahead we. Well, what spell?
It will. I can work everything up to allow me to see magical things, so we can know if this door has a magic on it or something.
That seems good.
I can do it faster. It's just a little more taxing.
I feel I'm of the opinion that right now time is of the essence. But if everyone else feels differently, then I am more than willing to.
I've
Go
not
with the
played King of the Hill before, so I don't know.
No, it's fine. I'll just and he'll just sort of scrunch up his face, and when he opens his eyes up again, they're glowing that sort of deep green. Okay.
Pog heard none of that conversation because however far ahead Philip puts me, when I said I'm going forward, Pog is heading towards the front door. I heard none of that.
Okay.
All right. What have you just cast, Esri?
Detect magic.
Okay.
So, Bull's strength is gone.
Okay.
Oh, I feel weak again. Back to normal.
All right.
Do I
And
see an aura on the door?
You do not.
Okay.
You do see
Doors are
auras
magical
on.
anyway.
You do see auras on both of the fountains.
All right. Well, Pog's about to go in there without us, so I feel like we need to
Sure.
make
what manner of
puree
magic is
tomatoes
on the...
and ketchup.
Give me a roll of Arcana to see if you can identify the specific spell. The school of magic is conjuration, but
3. Conjuration was what I was expecting, but
yeah.
yeah. Some sort of automation on these spells. That's fine. Hopefully. Unless it conjures, guardians.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
He's
So
just
walking up.
going, magic. Not the door is not magical. Don't know if it's trapped. That's not really what I do.
All right. So you approach the Grimalkin estate, climbing the stairs towards the large front doors. The door is carved in the image of a dragon coiled around and sleeping.
Cool.
That is really cool.
That's so rad.
So you stand before the doors.
I'm there first.
Yeah. Since they just sort of talked for a minute, you're not super far ahead, but you're at the doors while they're probably approaching the bottom of the double stairs.
I push it open.
All right. And that is where we will wrap up this episode.
Oh boy!
Tune in next time as we explore the Grimalkin estate.
Or just leave. You don't know.
Or just go, nope.
We have decided against this.
Next episode starts, Pog just closes the door, turns around. Nope.
It's
Nope.
so bad in there, you guys. It's so bad.
It's entirely full of Solagain. It's
I
just
made
all
70
shark
goals
teeth.
fighting in the Red Ring. I'm
out
just
there,
saying.
dude. Why even list
That's
that as
the bounce
possible?
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have enjoyed this. Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. You'll also find links to all of our social media down there for the Geek Pantheon. where you can find links to our Discord, the best place by far to get in touch with us and discuss this episode with us. You can also submit questions either in the comments below or over on the Discord for Khyber Shards Answers, which comes out on Fridays and discusses mostly the most recent episode, but also just the campaign as in general, with most often one of the cast members. And yeah, thank you very much. Yep, that's the outro. I'm bad at this. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next Monday for another episode. This has been Khyber Shards. Thanks for rolling with us.